Yeah, it looks like Central must be shut. There's usually a crowd of people outside. So they're not dealing face to face with the public. I guess it's no surprise. Yeah, I got myself ordered a new case for this GoPro because it's getting a bit wonky. It's got this terrible design with this flap that goes up and sort of joins the case together, the waterproof case, but over time it sort of comes loose and it's just hanging on by a thread. So the problem is, the way they designed this one is you had to take the case off every time you wanted to recharge the camera. So it's virtually every day if you're wandering around daily like I do. And of course, you know, that's a hell of a lot of wear and tear over a period of say 5 years or so since I've actually bought it. I think I probably bought it about that long ago, something like that. And so it's done pretty well, I guess, but the new ones have just got a total waterproof case that you don't take off and on and you can still plug in direct. But this one is the old style, but it's got a little bit cut away where the USB plug is, so you can actually access it and still have the case on. And that's, I've never used it in the water, so that works fine for me. So and I didn't buy it from China, I bought it locally and it cost me more. There were some cheap ones from China, I think that had that feature, and they were a fraction of the cost. But you know, I'm doing my bit, trying to do my bit to support local trades. I'm hoping the one that they're selling here is not made in China, but you never know. But it was about 24 bucks, and the ones from China are about 7, so substantial difference in price. But if there's any problem with it, returning to one that's actually just interstate is a lot easier than sending something back overseas. And the time it takes to get it here too is probably 6 weeks, as opposed to less than 2. So it may take 8 weeks, you know, from overseas. It's protracted. It takes a long time. So that's the advantage. Plus I'm doing the right thing, supporting a retailer here, online retailer, and maybe even a manufacturer that's non-China based. So, but you know, like, it was good to see that Samsung is switching their monitor production to Ho Chi Minh City from China. That's a good move, so congrats to you, Samsung, making that move. I'm sure there'll be plenty more to come, plenty other multinationals doing the same sort of thing, making sure that their supply chains are in alternate locations rather than from the CCP dragon. So it's a good thing. I also got myself some new underwear. God, I needed that. Typical guy I am, I'm hopeless. They're supposed to have slight defects. It's actually a what's the brand? I used to buy them all the time. Levi's jockey shorts. Never bought them before. Boxer shorts. So we'll see how they go. Oh, that old second wave, the one that's actually down in Victoria, has done the inevitable and caused panic buying once more. Just looked up on the Daily Mail website, and yep, there are Coles and Woolworths, as of today, Wednesday afternoon, they've actually instituted restrictions on buying, the amount you can actually buy. 2 items, I think it is, at Woolworths, and 4 items in Coles. So it's happening again down south. So not great. So yep, panic set in. Didn't take long. We're a very fragile society. So I'm going to head off and get some toilet paper. I was advised by my cousin yesterday to do that because she said she'd already heard about this panic buying, and it was confirmed today in the press. And so I'll just pick up something here because it could actually be, it could affect the whole country once you have people panicking in one state, especially a big state like Victoria. I probably shouldn't have had that bottle of red wine I bought yesterday. Very nice it was, but I probably would have been advised not to consume the whole bottle. But today I think it will definitely be an alcohol-free day. But beautiful weather again, except for the ubiquitous wind, which you can probably hear because I'm walking into it. It seems to be better when I'm walking the other direction. So And unfortunately PJ's is closed today, so I can't pop in and have a pint. It would be nice. Just one pint would go down really well. But I tried to get a plumber to fix my cistern today, and it's been a bit of a trial. They're going to give me a quote, but it took me a while to get the they're supposed to email me back. I never got the email, so I had to send it through again and send photos. And I was trying a new program and trying to reduce the size of the pictures. Made a botch of it, so only got half the photos through them, but I think it's enough for them to give me an idea. It's not a big job. They're probably very low priority for them, but apparently they're very good. They've got about 27 Google reviews, and they've got a top score of 5. It's no one's given them negative scores, and I think they're genuine reviews because they've replied to the people who have put postings in, so it all looks fairly above board. So fingers crossed they turn out to be okay, because finding a decent plumber can be a real hassle. But this is actually a company with a number of employees, so we'll see how it goes. I was going to say the bad bus girl wasn't on duty today, but no, he's back. He wasn't here when I went in, but he's out and about while I'm leaving, and he's as bad as ever, so he's got consistency going for him. Dedicated bad musicians, love them. So the GoPro's actually being held together with a rubber band at the moment, because I've given up on the clip situation. I mean, like I said, it's lasted a few years with constant use, so I mean, really it's actually done pretty well, considering it's just made out of plastic and a bit of, just a bit of wire. So as you can see, very quiet outside PJ's. No one, not open today, resuming tomorrow, Thursday. So still haven't seen those pies on special. I checked both online and there's no sign of the Adams. Oh, they did have a couple of varieties like the Thai ones and some other mixes, the ones that aren't the best sellers. The standard pies though, no, they're not available on discount, unfortunately. And it's been like that for months. But they did have toilet paper, so that's good. And I'll probably have a salad again tonight, and I might go up to Coles and get myself a chook tomorrow. So I saw beans were reasonably priced, so I can pick up some beans tomorrow. I can probably have the rice dish that I make up, which would be nice for variety. Could do with a bit of variety. I'm getting a bit stale at the moment with the cooking. A few skateboarders about here. Tim Pool would love this place. Council roadworks are continuing down here, so it's sensible to get them done while we've got so few visitors to the place. Walk's doing me a bit of good. It's good to get out of the place. So actually, the kids have gone a bit feral in the creche downstairs. So sometimes, they're quite bearable. Other days they're just it's like Lord of the Flies downstairs. So it's hard to believe. I think they're only up until about 5 years of age, but I tell you, their lungs have been developed pretty well. So yeah, it's another good reason to go overseas, get away from the immediate area I'm living in. But I'm afraid I'm going to be grounded for a few months longer. I don't think I won't be able to get out anyway, because there won't be any flights overseas till the end of the year, I would say. And I won't be going anywhere anyway. I'm going to be waylaid here, so it probably works out well. But I'll be keen to travel at the end of the year if I'm in shape to do that. Got myself a $360 voucher from Jetstar because I had to cancel my flight to Bali. I got that notification through yesterday, and I got my voucher today, and it's good for a year. So whatever I spend on the trip, I've already paid $360 on the transport aspect of it anyway. It's a good start. It's not much. I don't think I'll be going via Bali somehow. I've got a feeling I'll be probably travelling down to Sydney, or maybe Melbourne. I doubt it, the way Melbourne's going. The borders may be shut for some time. It just looks pretty grim down there. But it could be Sydney or Melbourne, just depending. And then I get a direct flight to Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City from there. I did check out District 7, the accommodation. I think the people that I stayed with in District 7, I think they've changed hands. There seems to be a different Airbnb host, and the prices have gone through the roof, which is really counterintuitive considering that they'd be struggling to get anybody staying there at the moment from, they won't get any overseas people, only get Vietnamese, and there's not that many middle-class Vietnamese. Be some expats, but really the market is tiny for the accommodation. It's a fairly premium area down in District 7 where I stayed, and some of the rents they're asking was crazy. I think one place was $5,000 a month. A big place, it's about 4 bedrooms. I mean, yeah, fair enough, but just modest places like some of the 2-bedroom ones were about $2,000 Australian, and that's expensive by Airbnb standards. I'll be looking more at half of that, about 1,000. There's a cute little apartment I could stay at, which is around the same price as it always has been. They say it's been discounted, and maybe it has, but like I said, the other place that I stayed at is just ridiculous what they're I think it's looking at $90-something Australian a night. It's an okay place, but it's not that good. It's just become really expensive compared. It's $1,900 a month, I think it ended up being, which is much more than I paid. I'm sure it is. I can't remember. I have to look it up actually. It wasn't a cheap place, but it's definitely gone up in price from what I can tell. And again, I just don't understand that. It just doesn't make any sense. Vietnam would be hurting really badly in accommodation areas. But you know, I guess there's people out there greedy. There's a guy who has the places regarded as a super host. I don't really know what that means. It's not like these people are better than other people, what I can gather. It's a bit of a wanky term from what I can see. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.